Television? That's very strange.
This is where it started, Terry, right here on the steps. Neil would sit on the steps here with Ken Coblin and, as he said in the song Don't Be Denied, dream about being a star, play guitar out here on the steps. Later moved on to Calvin, which is just a few blocks away, formed the Squires, and it's legend after that.
Did they have a music program here?
No.
So was he an outsider or what?
Yeah, he was. As a matter of fact, he got beat up a few times when he first came here because he was from Toronto. He was a different kind of kid. He had different kind of hair and wore pointy shoes, and they thought he was a hard rock. So they beat him up a few times. This is the house that Neil Young lived in for the 5 years that he was in Winnipeg, and the Squires used to practice in the living room there. And his mother told me that Neil used to stand in the living room, him and Ken Coblin, and, quote, listen to those damn Beatle records all day, trying to learn licks from it. A regular visitor here would be Jimmy Cale and guys from Chad Allen Reflections, because they used to help out the Squires. As a matter of fact, Cale used to lend Neil his Fender concert amp, because Neil just had a little homemade amp at the time. And kind of the famous story where Neil wrote to his father, Scott Young in Toronto, asking for a new amp, saying that he was going to do well in school. Could he please front him the money? And his father said, no, I want you to stay in school. So one day, all the guys from the Squires came and opened up the door, and there was a brand new big amp that Neil's mother had bought for him. She was behind him all the way. One of the best stories I had when I was putting the book together was talking to some people who remember seeing Neil playing at St. Ignatius Catholic Youth Organization in a basement there. And it's just when the Beatles had come along, and before that time, Neil and the Squires had been doing instrumental music. And they announced that they were going to try something new and sing a Beatles song. So there's Neil up front, he launches into It Won't Be Wrong or something like that, some kind of a Beatle tune. And at the end, someone in the audience yells out, stick to instrumentals.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and by decision of the Senate, I admit you, Neil Young, to the degree of Doctor of Music, honoris causa.
My education started in a small town in northern Ontario, and 750 people, and my earliest recollection was being held up by my chin off the ground by my teacher, who was making a point to me about not making stupid faces and disrupting the class. That was grade 1. I think my education was the same as everyone else's, but I just went about it in a different way. I received my different diplomas in back alleys and dressing rooms,